Wait, 2023 is already over? What the? Yes, 2024 is here, and what does that mean? That means it's as good a time as ever to start investing. In today's video, I want to break down what are the 8 best investments that you can put your money in 2024 to get the highest return possible. Let's find out what those 8 investments are right now. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. This is Wealth Hacker Labs, the channel dedicated to teaching you new ways to build wealth that is not taught you in schools or by your parents. I'm your grateful host, Jeff Rose, and let's just say it. 2023 was a crazy year.
That's crazy.
We had predictions that the next recession was coming to completely knock out the US economy. We had mortgage rates soaring to record highs. We've seen the prices of housing become completely unaffordable, whether you're trying to buy or rent. And Elon Musk is still on Twitter. So whether you are a new investor or you are experienced, I want to share my thoughts on the 8 best ways that you can invest your money in 2024. So let's go ahead and get started with number 1. Number 1 is a guaranteed rate of return, so as long as you follow through with it, and that is paying off your debt. Here's some staggering numbers for you. Total household debt in the US surpassed $17.2 trillion. The average household has over $103,000 of debt. What about credit cards? Credit cards are over $1.08 trillion, with the average American having just over $6,300 of credit card debt. I don't know about you, but those numbers make me want to puke, like literally. In all seriousness, the debt situation is not improving here in the US. So if you have money and you want to start investing and you want to start making money or have your money make money for you, you can't do that if you're drowning in debt. Let me say this, you don't have to have all your debt paid off before you start investing. The most important thing is to have a debt payoff plan. Know exactly how much debt you have, what the interest rate that is on that debt, how much interest that you're paying, and then come up with a plan so that you know how quickly you can pay it off. Now, if you want to take a small portion of your money and use that to invest in the stock market, I'm totally fine with that, so long as that you have, once again, a debt payoff plan. Investment strategy number 2 is investing into the stock market. Now, one of the crazy things that's already happened here in 2024 is that in the first 3 weeks, we've already seen the S&P 500 hit an all-time high. So does that mean now is the best time to pump all your money into the stock market when it's hit an all-time high? Don't they usually say that you want to buy low, sell high, not buy high, sell low? That's usually how you lose money. Now, personally, I wouldn't feel confident putting all my money into the stock market right now, but there are a few different ways that we can get around this. Number 1 is utilizing a strategy called dollar cost averaging. This is a very simple, streamlined way to invest where you're putting in a small amount of money each month or each quarter so that you're not always buying when the market's high. So as the market starts to fluctuate a little bit, you're buying in at different prices. Now you might be wondering, why wouldn't I just wait until the market drop? You could do that, but most people don't have the ability to actually pull that off. Because if you think you're one of those that's gonna time the market where you're gonna get in at the absolute right time, it ain't gonna happen. Dollar cost averaging allows you to participate in the market without having to try to time the market, which you're never gonna pull off successfully. Another way that you can invest, which is a little bit more on the safer side, is instead of putting your money into high growth, high tech stocks, you can invest into dividend paying stocks. But not just any dividend paying stocks. What I like are the dividend aristocrats. Ooh, aristocrats, that just sounds so proper. The dividend aristocrats are a part of the S&P 500. They are 68 stocks that all pay a dividend, but that's not what makes them attractive. It's the fact that they have continued to pay and increase on that dividend for the last 25 years. So not only are you getting growth on the price of the company, but you're also getting that dividend yield on top of that. And as they say, that is getting your cake and eating it too. Is that what it says? Why would I get cake and not eat it? Like, what's the point of that? I like cake. Now, the cool thing about dividend aristocrats is that these are a lot of companies that you've probably heard of. Companies like Walgreens, 3M, AT&T, Chevron, IBM. As I mentioned, the dividend aristocrats are already a part of the S&P 500, so they are part of the 500 largest companies that exist in the US. They're not small cap, they're not startups, they're not gonna disappear overnight. Now, the third option that you can invest to is your bank, because your bank is by far paying you the highest rate possible. Yeah, right. So if you go to FDIC.gov, you can see that the national savings rate right now is 0.47%, and then the 12-month CD rate is 1.86%. And just out of curiosity, I went to my bank, which is US Bank, which is a very large bank, maybe not the largest bank in the US, and currently my bank is paying 0.01%. That's right, let me check that again. 0.01% on their savings accounts. Now, chances are, if you looked at your bank and what it's paying, it's probably about the same. So if the national rate is 0.47 and my bank is paying 0.01, what am I missing? Or more importantly, what are you missing? Don't ever assume that your bank is paying you the highest rate of return. Remember, the banks are in the business of making money by loaning out and lending your money, so they have to make that spread. Try to find a high yield savings account that's paying you at least 4, if not 5% right now. And also, if you're taking out a CD, it should be also paying you at least 5%. If you're having difficulty trying to find the highest rates, whether it be savings accounts, money market rates, or CDs, check out Raisin, formerly known as Save Better. I've done a video on them. I also have a blog post where I've reviewed them. But what Save Better basically does is they broker out different CDs or banking products to banks all across the US. So you can open an account with Save Better and you can get a high yield savings account, you can get a money market account or CDs, whether it be 4-month, 12-month, no penalty. They basically have everything that you're looking for. I did a quick search on their site, and right now all their savings accounts are paying 5.3% or higher. That's much larger than the national rate, and obviously a whole lot higher than whatever my bank is paying. And then also they have a 14-month CD right now with Sallie Mae that's paying 5.4%. So once again, if your bank is paying you less than 5, you need to find a new bank. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 is real estate. There's no denying, you can look at the statistics all day long, 90% of millionaires have achieved their wealth because they own some sort of real estate. Now, truth be told, I'm not one of them. The only physical piece of property that I own is the house that I'm currently living in. I've achieved most of my wealth because of digital real estate. More on that in one sec. But there's no denying how fruitful real estate is. So if you have the ability to be mentored by somebody that can show you how to buy rental properties or flip properties, it's definitely worth your time. Now, if you're one of those that you just know, man, that sounds great, but that's not for me. And that was the camp that I fell into. I started looking at how do I actually invest into real estate without having to leave my house. So for me, that was Fundrise. Fundrise is a crowdfunding real estate platform that allows you to put in a small amount of money and to invest into commercial property. It could be rental malls, it could be residential properties. One of the reasons I've always found Fundrise more attractive than a Vanguard ETF or a closed-end mutual fund is because of transparency. I love the fact that I can log into my Fundrise account and I can see actual properties that I own. If you buy an ETF or a mutual fund that invests into real estate, you never actually get to see the actual properties. Now, if there's one downer about Fundrise, 2023 wasn't a great year. Fundrise is not invincible. In fact, they had their first down year, or the first down year that I've experienced with them, being down around 7%. Now, I started investing with them back in 2018, and even despite that down year, my net return, that is net of all fees, is more than 7%. Now, is that great? Is that something that I'm gonna run outside and scream it out to my neighbors? I made 7%! Probably not, but I am a big believer in diversification. And for me, I have peace of mind knowing that I have a portion of my portfolio that's invested into real estate, whether it be through Fundrise or other private REITs. On to number 5. Moving on to number 5, and number 5 is crazy that I'm even mentioning this, and that is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not something I talked a lot about in 2023. In fact, I just want to put my head in the sand and just pretend like Bitcoin didn't exist. Now, if you're wondering why, in case you missed the news, there were several crypto exchanges that blew up. FTX, BlockFi, Celsius Network, Binance, just to name a few. And for me, I had a good chunk of my Bitcoin held in Celsius Network and also BlockFi. Let me just say, whenever that all went down, like I said earlier, literally wanted to puke. I think at its peak, I had around $250,000 to $300,000 tied up in both Celsius Network and also BlockFi, with the majority of that being in Celsius Network. So I truly thought, I lost everything. Now, thankfully, I've already had my money returned from BlockFi. They've already gone through their bankruptcy proceedings. Celsius Network is going through their process. I'm still going to lose some, but thankfully not lose it all. So with all that being said, you're probably wondering, why in the world would I still want to invest into Bitcoin? I never stopped believing in Bitcoin. I knew eventually that some of these players would be eliminated. If you think about it, if you believe in the stock market, but you don't want to invest your money with Merrill Lynch or Lehman Brothers, that's what happened with all the different crypto exchanges. If you look at the price of Bitcoin in 2023, it started the year around 16,000, closed to about 46,000, for a whopping 155% return. Now, obviously, if you bought Bitcoin over 50,000, then you're still waiting for it to get back. But there are still several, like myself, that invested in Bitcoin when it was below 10,000. So I'm still doing very well for my original investment, even after losing what I lost with both Celsius and BlockFi. And what makes Bitcoin even more exciting is that recently they have launched several different Bitcoin ETFs. Now, I already own one Bitcoin ETF, the ProShares strategy, which I currently hold in my M1 Finance account, which you can check out that video for more. But the SEC recently approved all these new Bitcoin ETFs. And at the time of this recording, there's over 30 different Bitcoin ETFs that you can invest your money into. So if you don't want to open an account with Coinbase or any other quote unquote crypto exchange that could go under, this is a safer way to allocate some of your funds into Bitcoin by buying a Bitcoin ETF. Oh, my bad. We're still doing a video, aren't we? Number 6 is investing in your health, whether that be physical or mental. For whatever reason, people really struggle with this. They think that buying gym equipment or a gym membership or buying healthy food is a sunk cost. But listen, if you're not investing into your well-being, then it's really pointless to invest at all. I'm reminded by a former client of mine that had a really good family friend who hit millionaire status in his 60s, something that he had worked his butt off to get to. He worked weekends, he worked holidays, he did everything that he could to hit this coveted millionaire status. Fast forward 2 months into his retirement, 2 months of becoming the ultimate millionaire, he died. He died of a heart attack. Why? Because he didn't take care of himself. Investing into your health could be joining a gym, getting a gym membership, hiring a personal trainer, buying gym equipment that you know that you're going to use at home. Maybe that's hiring a personal chef to cook you delicious and healthy meals. It could also be a meal prep service that just saves you tons of time. Now, those are all physical, but you also want to invest into your mental health. Now, for me, one of the ways I've done that is through therapy. Now, it's funny that therapy still has this weak connotation attached to it, as if, oh, if you need therapy, then you are messed up. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little messed up. And as I've learned, many of us are messed up, but not because anything that we did wrong, it's just because that our parents or the people that raised us didn't give us the tools that we needed to learn and know how to navigate when life throws some stuff at us that we're just not ready to deal with. Therapy is not for the weak. Therapy is for those that want to become mentally strong. Number 7, investing in yourself. Now, as we just talked about, investing into your health, whether it be physical or mental, that's also a way of investing into yourself. But another way that you can invest into yourself is by investing into your experience, by elevating your credentials, by elevating how people perceive you. A few ways that you can do that is getting a degree. Maybe that's getting an MBA or getting a doctorate degree. Or maybe there's some sort of certification that you can get that can give you some alphabet soup behind your name. One of the certifications that has completely changed my life is becoming a CFP, Certified Financial Planner. Even though I'm no longer a practicing financial advisor, having those credentials is huge. Another way that you can invest into yourself is accelerating your education, accelerating your knowledge. A few ways that you can do this, and this is all what I've done through my own experience, is that hiring a mentor. This could be a business coach. It could be a coaching program. It could be a high-level mastermind. The whole point here is that there are other people that have achieved a level of success that you look to acquire. So if you can pay for their time and learn through their own experience, their own trials and tribulations to prevent you from having to figure it out on your own, that is a huge investment and a worthwhile investment of your time and money. Now, another way that you can do this, which for some reason people just despise this idea, is buying a course. And I get it. There's so much free information on the internet right now, whether you're on YouTube or on Instagram or TikTok. But in my own experience, whenever I was trying to learn something and I wanted to learn it on my own, but didn't want to go out and try to find out the best resources and try to figure out, does this really make sense? Does this work? I bought specific courses on whatever skill that I was trying to learn. So for me, that was SEO, that was YouTube, that was social media, it was strategic planning. Like all of these different courses that I bought gave me the framework where I didn't have to try to create my own template or create my own framework. I just went through the course, went through the steps. Next thing I know, I'm achieving success a whole lot faster than me trying to figure out by watching countless YouTube videos. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't like and subscribe to my channel, right? So why don't you go ahead and do that right now. Number 8 is starting a side hustle. But I'm not talking about driving for Uber or Instacart or delivering for DoorDash. No. Our goal here is to create eventually an income producing asset. So what does that mean? So for example, if you want to start a YouTube channel, over time and consistency, eventually your YouTube channel could become an income producing asset through ads, sponsorships, or affiliate marketing. You could do the same thing by starting a podcast or starting a blog. These are all 3 things that I have done personally. The side hustle that I'm most bullish on in 2024 is creating your own digital product. Now, digital products have existed since the beginning of the internet. Essentially, you're creating some sort of template, worksheet, guide. You're creating an asset for yourself, but also an asset for your target customer. We want to be able to create something one time and then sell it to hundreds, if not thousands of people. What makes this so attractive, especially right now, is because there are so many tools nowadays that you can use to build a process and truly systematize your business. Whether you're using Canva, System.io, you also have ChatGPT, and all these other tools that just simply automate the business, automate the systems so that you're not doing all these mindless activities, just draining your energy and wasting your time. Now, I have dabbled and had success in all these different online revenue streams, but there's no doubt to me, having your own digital product is the direction you want to go. If you want to learn more on how to get started with creating and selling your first digital product, I've created a free guide that walks you through it. I show you how we created a 6-figure business utilizing digital products. And in case you don't have any ideas and don't know where to start, don't worry, we got you. With this free guide, you'll get access to 70 digital product ideas just to get your wheels spinning, those creative juices flowing on how you can get started. Once again, this is completely free. I'll have a link in the description that you can check out that free guide to get you started. All right, y'all, hoping 2024 is your year. As always, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.